just trying to promote this, let you know about this amazing Karjakz Assassins comic book. It's been a while. And look, I'm even wearing a classic Karjakz Assassins t-shirt, as you can see. Today, I'm just going to focus on Karjakz Assassins t-shirt. I was supposed to do this Monday, but Monday's schedule was always brutal because it's just hard to get a streaming on Monday, man. So I started using Tuesdays to become Mondays. But Karjakz Assassins Training Day comic book. I just came from school all day long, and then I decided I was gonna go cycling, workout, and then come and do my live stream. But man, the Karjakz Vs Training Day comic book is out now on SanusiVision.com. It's been I think I've done a bunch of release date stuff, but I just want to talk about the achievement of just actually creating the book. So before we get into this live stream tonight, be on here about 30 minutes. The thank yous are not enough. As of today, I'm at 1,303 subscribers, which is way more than I expected to have at the end of the year. So being at 1,300 is quite the achievement, man. I can't thank all of y'all enough for joining this platform all the time, joining the stream all the time, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, and telling all your friends about the channel. So continue to tell your friends about the channel, continue to hit the like button, continue to subscribe, continue to like. Hey, I appreciate the growth of the channel. Can't tell y'all enough, man. Hey, this is every time I come on here live, I feel like I'm an inch closer to becoming self-employed, which is the ultimate goal, man. Not to work for nobody no more. I don't have enough of that. You know what I mean? It's cool to work for somebody, but it's just better to do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to thank y'all enough. And then the channel comes. And look, don't forget, I will go grab the sneaker. But Karjakz Assassins, man, today we'll talk about Karjakz Assassins universe, specifically Karjakz Assassins Training Day comic book. The book is out now. Right here. It's been out since August 27, 2025. I'm grateful that I released it this year. I wasn't going to, but then I kind of was like, I'm not going to let the country, whether we're in the middle or not, is in a recession. Like, I'm not going to let that stop me. And I'm glad I didn't do that. And I released it because a lot of people have been buying it. And simply by just me talking about it on YouTube, on my TikTok page, when I posted on Facebook, wherever I may be posting that, but people have seen it there. So my gratitude knows no bound, man. It's good to know where you're going, how you're trying to get there, where you're trying to go, and a really, honestly, y'all, just a belief in yourself, man. You know what I mean? So, Karjakz Assassins Training Day comic book, out now on SanusiVision.com. And I think the biggest thing about this comic book is that it's quite the achievement itself. Thank all of y'all for joining me, whoever is in the chat, being part of the chat. Welcome to the chat, Karjakz Assassins Training Day comic book live, talking about the awesome comic book right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this thing is heat. Yeah, if you don't have a copy, you need to go get you one. It comes in 2 sizes, but I want to thank everybody who's been part of the chat tonight. Thank you for joining me. I know I'm early. I'm actually earlier than usual, which is a good thing. Normally, I'm getting here like 11 at night. We're not doing that no more. I kind of realized that don't make no sense. So thank all y'all for joining me. I want to thank everybody who constantly helped me to grow the channel. Continue to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And tell your friends about the channel too, please. So today we're focusing on Karjakz Assassins Training Day comic book, which is out now. How you doing, Kai L? I see that. What's up? How you doing? Appreciate everybody joining me. So, you know, the book is out now on SanusiVision.com. It's a great read. If you don't have a copy, you need to go get your copy, man. The year is drawing near its end. This book has been out since August 27, 2025 this year. Released it. It's heat. All those who have bought a copy have told me it's heat. So it's good. You know, real talk, I wasn't even going to release the book this year because I thought the country was in a recession. But people actually don't care. Because when I went to the comic expos, it's sold there. Since I've been going live every week, it's sold there. I know I've done a few live streams about me releasing the book, but now I'm just going to start doing it consecutively every week so that y'all can know the book is out now, man. It's available on SanusiVision.com. If you love original comic ideas, you got to go get you this comic book. And look, I'm going to show you some artwork, and then I'm going to break down the comic book a little bit. So look, you got 2 sizes it came in. Now, I will not be reading the book. If you want the book read, you got to go get your copy, man. Visit SanusiVision.com and get your own copy. That's how this works. No free reads. You got to go get your copy. Sorry. So look, check this out. So you got the small size, you got the large size. This was the original size I initially created. But then upon creating this, I kind of realized maybe I need to make it a little bit bigger. So I made something that's calendar size, which is this size right here. So this one's 7.5, normal comic size. This one's a calendar size. You know what I mean? So that was important to me. In creating the bigger book, I realized, okay, we might have something super cool here. You know what I mean? Now, the art, they are the same. They're just 2 different sizes. So for all y'all who are wondering, these books are exactly the same thing. same art, same everything, only different size. That's the only difference between them. You know what I mean? I had to make a comic book that was gonna fit me, what I was doing, how I was going about what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? It's good to this is, let's tell you what, if you're a person with really good eyes, you should get this one. If you're a person with suspect eyes and you think your eyes are like not that good, get this one. So for me, the art is the same, nothing changed. All I did was make 2 different copies. I just wanted one big, one small. You know what I'm saying? And going forward, more than likely, man, the bigger one's the one that's gonna stick around because people love this, love the size of this comic book. Those who have bought it are like, yeah, that's the one. They did not regret buying the bigger one. Of course, I started with the small one, so it's where it started at. You know what I mean? But look, so you see the front side art, right? So you got Karjakz, the heroes, you got the assassins, the villains, and then you flip it back around, right? Look, you got the assassins, you got the back side of the comic book, and look, what's the one note? It's a note that I wrote to myself. This is only the beginning of this great universe. I'm a one-man wrecking crew. This took a while to create this, man. You know what I'm saying? It took a long while. You know what I'm saying? 9 years of work, figuring out how I wanted to do it, going about creating it. It's just a lot of work. People don't understand. I literally did what 6, 7 people were supposed to do. I did it by myself. Cause I'm not really good at letting people slow me down. You know what I'm saying? I'm really terrible at that. You know what I mean? I don't like being slowed down. I don't like people holding me up. I don't like progress being held up. I got things to do. You know what I'm saying? I got things to do. And look, when you put in work like what I put on, I ain't giving it to nobody for free. So those who have bought it, if you want the big, $200. If you want the small, $100. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm doing now is I'm going to be getting ready because we're almost at 2026, which is in 30 days. Actually, excuse me, take that back, which is in 29 days. My first comic expo will be will be WonderCon in March. WonderCon, Anaheim Convention Center. So I'm looking forward to that. WonderCon is always popping every time I go to that. So I'm looking forward to really showing the comic book off there. A lot of my fans that go to that show are gonna lose it when they see this book. You know what I mean saying? But the book in itself, that's the front side. You can see the heroes. And then look, let me do something right quick. Oh yeah, I gotta put up my poll question of the day. So look, check this out. You see the art? You see the size difference between the two? So, you know, you got this page right here is the intro page of the comic. And that's about all I'm going to show you because I'm not trying to show you anything else, really. You know what I mean? The book itself took a while, man. And when I say it took a while, it took a while. When I first started drawing this book, man, the first thing I had to kind of decide was what the characters were going to look like. You see version 5, what you see right here is version 5 of my characters. This is how the whole thing really got started. Once I got like this, I kind of realized it was time to upgrade. Appreciate that. Yes, hopefully it does because I put in years and years of work on it. You know, there's a thing you have to kind of give yourself a mission. Be like, look, this is what I'm gonna do. You're not looking for nobody else to help you do it. You got to do it yourself. Now, see how that I just showed y'all that page. Now this right here is what it led to. This is what the characters look like now, version 6. You know, in order to, I guess for me, the biggest thing is how I create. What led to the comic book is just me realizing that I got all the way to version 5. What's next? Oh yeah, version 6. But what do I do with the version 6 of these characters? Turn it into a comic book. I'm a big animation guy, so I love animation. That's actually what I'm in school for right now. I'm great at animation, but I wanted to have a comic book because as a kid I used to read a lot of comic books, and I don't know what happened between when I used to read a lot of comic books when I was a kid and now. I was like, why do I not read comic books like I used to anymore? I guess I just fell in love with cartoons, and so it made me not be looking into comic books anymore. But then once I started creating this comic book again, I fell back in love with comic books again. I was like, wow. So people have read it, and yes, it's got its QR code on it too. Takes you directly to my website, and you go copy your own copy. Oh, before I forget, I knew I was gonna forget this. Of course, there's 6 and 7 and 8, 9 and 10 and so on. We'll see. There's usually like a 2. There's usually a 2 year. There's usually a 2 year gap between when I update comic books. But look, I'm about to put on a. A poll question. So you know, I would within the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, which would you rather be? Let's see how many people are gonna tell me their tell me what they want to be, because that's critical, man. Karjakz Vs Assassins, I gotta tell you, y'all, real talk, there's nothing like being your own, creating your own characters and then doing your own thing. It's a very liberating feeling. It's a very glorifying feeling. It's one of those things where you're like, damn, I can't believe I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and this is my poll question of the night. So, you know, there we go, got the poll question. So all of y'all who joined the chat, please be sure to answer the poll question. And while you're at it, man, go ahead and forward it, like, subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. So yo, Karjakz Vs Assassins training day. And yes, I'm not really going to show you the rest of the comic book, but I think what's shocking a lot of people more is what the characters look like. As a kid growing up, one of the biggest things I saw that was a giant gap, and it's still a giant gap, is the lack of Afrocentric representation within the superhero universe. So instead of so within the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, I decided kind of like I realized that there were no characters that look Afrocentric. So instead of complaining about it, I did something about it. You know, you got choices to make. For me, Karjakz Vs Assassins is not just a comic book, it's not just an animation series, it's a representation. I don't know why you're the only one here. If you don't have to stay, don't bother me none. You're free to stay if you want to, you can go. Don't bother me. That's how my comic book, I'm talking about my comic books. Maybe some people don't like the fact that I'm talking about comic books, talking about superheroes. I have no idea. So people come and go, man. You're free to leave. I notice, generally, I don't notice who's in the chat. I generally don't care. So for all of you who are joining, please be sure to stay. Please be sure. Whether there's one person in the chat or 100 people, I don't care. I'm doing my thing. Let everybody go do their thing. That's how I do mine. I ain't got this far by accident, just by depending on people to be. I'm not very good at depending on people. If you depend on people to get where you got to go, man, you're gonna be seriously disappointed. You know, all my classmates that I went to school with, I had this idea. They didn't want to do anything. Now here I am. 9 years later, I got a comic book. And they're still trying to get a job. They're still trying to figure it out, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to know where you're going and how you're going about it. And the thing about me being on YouTube is that YouTube has really made me independent. It's giving me opportunity. It's grown my channel. It's actually grown my TikTok page too as well. And my YouTube and my Twitch. Excuse me, and my Twitch. Sorry about that. It's just, YouTube is not just something that way, oh, all the time you're gonna see 100 people in the chat. No, what you want is a channel, because as I grow, as I start to drop my animations, now I'm growing a channel. I don't need to go sit in somebody's office and say, can you hire me to be an animation artist? No, I'm independent. I do my own thing. I make my money. Nobody tells me what to do. It doesn't get any better than that. That's what led to the creation of this comic book. I didn't pay any artists to do any of the artwork. I did all the work. So, you know, I did all the work. So part of being who you are as an artist is know what you want. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to this about one of my classmates in class, that I said, man, I don't really wait on nobody to do nothing for me, man. I show up regardless of what people choose to do. I ain't got time for that, man. And people are a bunch of bandwagons, because once you get bigger and bigger and bigger, then they want to come and join. No, come and join when I was low number. I remember when I had only 25 subscribers. Right? Which was only really last year. Now I'm at 1,300 subscribers. I've come a long way. Part of me just doesn't care. There's friends that I don't even see in the chat anymore. And that all happened because I dropped the comic book. And what made me realize was that fact that when you start to have success, they start to get jealous. Without telling you they're jealous. You know what I'm saying? It's pathetic, but it happens. So you have to understand they're not really your friends. What they are is associates. And so I really don't have that many friends. My friend thing is really limited, man. I don't really let people have excuses for not being where they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Once I release this comic book, that let them know, like, okay, this actually what this guy is doing is for real. Man, I could tell by their behavior. So guess what I did? I reciprocated the same energy. You know what I'm saying? I reciprocated the same energy. I cut them loose too. I don't text them. I don't do jack. Don't care. I'm moving on. I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to function like that. And so thank y'all for all those who have bought the comic book already, for all those who have been supporting me since 2012 when I first started going to WonderCon expos. This comic book, I was telling y'all, I didn't really know I was actually gonna make a comic book. So by 2016 is when I started, and then I didn't finish till 2025. Actually, I finished in 2021. Then I spent the next 4 years correcting the comic book. So every single day, every single week, going through cycle of corrections. That means editing the pages, redrawing the pages, redrawing characters, all kinds of stuff that I did. Yo, it was off the chain, man. Let me tell you. You know, so I'm real proud of this. That's why I'm not cheapening myself. So the big one is $200. The small one is $100. And what's even more cooler, I'm not really trying to have everybody buy a copy of my comic book. Only those who are worthy. You know what I'm saying? So only those who are worthy get this comic right here. You know what I mean? It's not it's not, I don't want to, it's for everybody, but everybody isn't gonna buy. And I made just enough copies to where those who get it are kind of in a limited edition role where they're in a collector's seat. Because once I get bigger, the bigger I get, the more recognition, the more valuable that comic book becomes. So all the people that I sold it to, smart move for you to buy one now. Because when I make another edition, which is probably going to be a collector's edition, it will cost more. I'm not giving you my art for free. That's not happening. So that's not happening. And look, one thing I want to do is do a breakdown of the comic book, because the heroes are right here. The villains are right here. These are visually the version 6 of my characters. Yeah, and thank y'all for the likes. I see that. People coming in the chat and giving me the like button. I like that. I like that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And while y'all are at it, if you don't mind voting, I don't plan on being on here like 2 hours, man. Not like yesterday. Boy, on Sunday, I was here for 2 hours. That was crazy. Because I was having the drawing session, so I was pretty much drawing everything. So y'all, look, let's start off with all the characters. You got Cajun right there. Escalade. Sincere. Diesel. Glocks. Shepherd. Rasputin right there. And then Sphinx. And then, of course, hi to everybody who's joining the chat. Welcome. Look, y'all, when y'all say I said hi, that don't mean nothing to me. I just means I just saw you say hi. You want me to answer you, you better say hi politely. But I appreciate everybody joining me. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being part of the chat tonight. I'm actually not on late as usual. Normally I get on here late, but I'm grateful that I actually got on here on time. Yeah, I see that, a new guest. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying, y'all, it's part of the, and thank all of y'all for hitting the like button. Remember, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. So on the villain side, you got the assassins. You got Kanji, you got Yukon, you got Snipes, you got Excursion, you got Sanusi, you got Artillery, you got Revo, you got Seth, and then you got the Coyotes right there. You know, the Coyotes are, and look, I'm gonna break, well, no, not that book. One next week, I'll probably give y'all a breakdown of each character. But I'm gonna use this. I can't fit through the comic book because I don't want, you're gonna have to go get the comic book. I'm not letting people get free looks at the comic book. You gotta actually pay for it to actually get to read it. So, you know, it's what I call business. That's funny. That's wild. That dude unsubscribe from one person to come to me. That works. But you know, you can subscribe to multiple people, so it's not just one person. But y'all, for me, a comic book is the essence, the job, the glory, the understanding of just creating something that took 9 years of work. That's why I refuse to give it to people for free. Hell no. Free and me are not going in the same sentence. I can't tell you how many times people was like, man, you're gonna give it out for free? Hell no. That's even before I released it. You know what I'm saying? And so once I released it, all the people that were like, oh, I'm gonna buy one, they're like, nowhere to be found. See, when I was releasing my comic book, I wasn't counting on people that aren't what's the word? Dependable to buy my comic book. Wasn't counting on friends to buy one. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that many friends. I got 2. Everybody else is an associate. I'm not with one of those people that use friend leisurely. Nah. I got 2 friends. Everybody else is an associate. People aren't really your friend. Because if they were a friend, they'll show up to support you. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand how you're going, man. And this whole thing I'm creating is a giant universe. So, lucky for me, I'm an animator. I can do animation. I can do comics. I can draw my own stuff. I can write my own storylines. You know what I'm saying? I'm just literally a one-man wrecking crew. It's not easy doing what I'm doing. Most people don't do this alone. Most people do this with a group of like 5 or 6 people. I'm choosing to do it alone. I'm choosing to do it alone. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the situation and building your what's this word? Building what you're trying to build. Give me a second, yo. Before I forget the sneakers. Give me a second. I didn't want to forget the sneakers. Give me a second. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I didn't want to forget. Oh, my foot. My bad, y'all. I was trying to go look for some comics and stuff. I was trying to look for some gear that's part of the whole comic book series. The art, the all that stuff. Hey, Kyle, you ain't got a count, man. Just let it be. People come and go as they please. So look, y'all. Before I get into some other gear, so there's stuff that I'm gonna show you to do with the comic book: phone cases, sneakers, posters, and bomber jackets. So everybody's different. Maybe some people don't read comic books, but they just love art. So I'm going to show you that too. And what you're looking at right here on my t-shirt is the original Karjakz Vs Assassins t-shirt. This is version 1 of my characters right here. This is what you call retro for real. You know what I'm saying? But I love the fact that I'm doing this thing, man. I made it happen. Proud of myself. This book is a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? It's like what I said in the comic book, man. If you want to see something, you got to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So this book is, man, this book is it. It's that. It's a, if you ain't got this in your collection, you're missing out. And I'm not going to drop the price. It's not going to go on sale. Hell no. It's going to be the same price it is now. It's either going up or it's staying the same. But coming down, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So when I get to WonderCon next year, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be insane. You know what I'm saying? WonderCon is always a big stage for me. Because that's where a lot of my fans, all my consistent followers who've been following me for a long time, show up at. So yo, Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day comic book, available now on SoundVision.com. It's the first book in the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, and it's the beginning of many more comic books to come. And trust me, there are many more comic books to come. I would say this took longer because I never drawn a comic book before, but I used a lot of references, like my old X-Men comics. X-Men specifically really helped me a lot, because why X-Men? X-Men's got a ton of characters. So do I. I've got 15 characters. 15 characters. Actually, no, not 15. 17 total characters right now in this comic book. It's insane. Actually, take that back. Let me see. I would say about 22 characters in this comic book. Yeah, I drew a lot of people, man. No, not 22. Shoot. No, make that 20, maybe 27, something like that. But that's a lot of people. You know what I mean? Part of what I do as an artist is just is to be a visionary. You know what I'm saying? So Karjakz Vs Assassins training day comic book. Now with this comic book also comes a bunch of cool apparel, accessories, and stuff like that. So look, the stuff I'm going to show you, I'm gonna start off with the sneakers, and then I'm gonna save the actually start off with a phone case. So this is a phone case right here. Now if you're a phone case, if you have an iPhone, a Samsung Galaxy, or Google Pixel, you want to go get you one of these right here. These are available on StyleVision.com. So that's iPhone, Samsung Galaxy, Google Pixel. I've got the latest and the greatest of all those phone brands. iPhone 17, Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Then of course I've also got Google Pixel 9. You know what I mean? So be sure to visit StyleVision.com. Check out all the cool art, all the cool gear, so you can get you a pair of this right here, man. This is next level stuff. You know what I mean? Phone case. Look at the detail on the artwork. Let me come in close. Yeah, you didn't think it was this sick, did you? Look at the art detail, man. It's all my characters I've been showing you. And that's the date that I designed this thing. So you got to go visit StyleVision.com. And then next up is sneakers. Sneakers. Yes, I love it. There's a lot of views. I love it. World to Know. I don't even remember who that is, but it's good to... Thank you for joining the chat, World to Know. 2066. I'm seeing people when I can see them, man. So look, y'all. These right here are the Batas 3 high tops for the Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day comic book. Yes, I told y'all. I got all kinds of cool gear for Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day comic book. It ain't only enough that you create a comic book, y'all. You got to merchandise that joker, man. You see what I'm saying? You got to merchandise that thing. That thing got to be merchandised. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be merchandised. You got to merchandise that thing. If you ain't merchandising, you ain't right. So from t-shirts to apparel to sneakers, I did all that. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna show you apparel too. Yeah, I got that too. So look, check this out. These are the Batas 3 high top sneakers right here. Yes, sir. This took me a month to design. A month. You know, actually take that back. It took me 2 months to design it. Y'all, this was work right here. Man, when I tell you it was work, it was work. This took 3 months to design. I'm telling y'all, this was so much work. Now, what's great about this sneaker is that on the right foot are the Karjakz, the heroes. On the left foot are the assassins, the villains. Now, let's break down the heroes one right quick. And it's self-explanatory. I mean, you see the shoe. Y'all see the shoe. Right there, you see Sphinx. You see Cajun right there. That's Cajun again right there, but in a big version. You got Shepherd right there. You got Escalade right there. You see that? You got Sincere. And then you turn on the inside. Guess what you got coming? You got Glocks. You got Rasputin. Never mind me, y'all. I've been awake since 5 in the morning. You got Diesel. And then you got Shepherd again. And then you got Sphinx right there at the bottom. So this is the Karjakz foot. So on this right foot is all the Karjakz, the heroes. Yeah, welcome to the chat, everybody who was ever joined me. Those who left, those who came back. Appreciate having you. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Don't forget to do that. Then on the left foot, look at this. This is crazy, right? You got Sun Tzu. You got Artillery. You got Kanji. You got Revo. You got Seth. You got Excursion. You got Snipes. Then on this side, you got Yukon. Then you got Snipes here again. So the custom design the sneaker, and then yeah, it's dark gray. So I've never had a dark gray sneaker before. So I decided to get this. I might wear it on Thursday to school. I just didn't want to wear it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to wear it. And thank everybody who's hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. Thank all of y'all for joining me tonight. Appreciate y'all joining me, man. Be sure to share, like, subscribe. Y'all, since I've reached 1,300 subscribers, my next goal now is 1,400 subscribers. Maybe I can get to it by the end of the year. I'd love to. If I could, that'd be great. If not, that'll be something in 2026 to look forward to. But if I could get to 1,400 subscribers this year, by the end of this year, that would be incredible. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you subscribing. And anybody who else who subscribes, you know what I mean? But yo, that's where we at, man. So this is the assassin's foot. So the left foot is the assassins right there. Now, check what else I got. Let me put these away before they get messed up, because I don't want them getting messed up. These sneakers are super clean. Yeah, they are sick with it. Yeah, thank you so much, World to Know. How much are they? These are collector's edition. These are mine. I made one that's like this. Is on the website, but this one's a collector's edition. If I was to, the one that's on the website is $500. You know what I'm saying? It's $500 for that one. So, for those who are collectors, if you want a collector sneaker, go get it. If you want just a regular one, I got that on the website too. But that sneaker is a collector's edition. Nobody's getting it for less than $500. I'm not. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yep. And I've seen sneakers that don't look even half as clean as my sneaker that cost like $2,000. So one thing, that's probably one thing I love about not being on TikTok sometimes. People on TikTok whine too much about price. They ain't got no money, but they'll tell you that it costs too much. Why are you telling me it costs so much? Either you got money or you don't. You whining about price ain't gonna change my price. You know what I'm saying? So that's not gonna happen. My value is my value. I will not devalue myself to get somebody's business. I don't play that mess. You know what I'm saying? I value myself too much. So $500 is what they go for. Maybe one day I mess around and sell it for $1 million. You never know. So look, y'all. Next up is the posters. Remember I told you I make posters as well. So $160. Well, when you get older, you get more money, man. So look, y'all, let me show y'all some posters. Then after that, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna show y'all some apparel. Actually, let me show you some apparel right quick. And then I'm gonna finish off with the posters. Because the posters is gonna take longer than anything else I've shown y'all. Then we're gonna come back to the comic book and then we're gonna get up out of here. And then I'm gonna thank y'all for joining me again tonight on the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably be back tomorrow. But it's been an awesome week. I want to thank all of y'all for joining me, man. It's amazing the energy that y'all are putting out, the amount of subscribers that I've got now. It's crazy great, man. I can't thank y'all enough. So y'all look, hold on, give me a second. Let me get some apparel to you real quick. Give me a second. So off top, right here is the ladies' gear. You know I gotta make stuff for the ladies too. So we got right here, we got the t-shirt. Give me a second, y'all. Right here is the combination. You got the t-shirt. Let me break it down. You got the t-shirt and you got the sport leggings, right? So ladies, if you love to work out, if you love to exercise, you like to take it to the gym, you know what I'm saying? Deuces, man, take it easy. So look, if you love to work out, exercise, this is for you. Not only is this t-shirt great for general wear, but you can also work out in it too. It's got a slim fit design. It comes in round neck or V-neck. So you got the sport leggings right here to match. But this right here is the Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day t-shirt to commemorate the comic book. Yes, to commemorate the comic book. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I think World to Know 2966, it's a collector's edition. That very edition is $500, but there's cheaper ones on the website. You ain't got to get that one. If you want to get something that's cheaper, go ahead and get it, but it's a collector's edition. And that very sneaker is not on the website. It's made for only me. But I do have a version of it on the website. But I'm not selling that one right there. That one is strictly for me. I call that the creator's edition. Yep, it sure is. It sure is. It's called value. It's called value. If you understand value, ain't no question about what you... I don't justify my prices. Either you can buy it or you can't. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't losing no sleep if somebody don't buy it. There's plenty of customers out there. More than plenty of customers out there. So Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day. Yeah, appreciate that. Yep. That's what you got to do. It's business. It's called value. So look, this right here is the Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day t-shirt. Ladies t-shirt. But remember, I make it in long sleeves, short sleeves, and round neck. You know what I'm saying? So, and for all who are just joining the chat, please be sure to share, like, and subscribe, and definitely hit the notification button. So, and remember, with this, even though I don't have a matching pair of leggings on her, but this is a pair of leggings for the ladies, y'all. Ladies, I'm making leggings for y'all now too. Look, and let me flip it to the back so you can see the back of the character, so you can see what the back of the t-shirt looks like. So, you know, if you got a girlfriend, you want to get her a t-shirt, you know, have her join the movement. You see the back of the t-shirt? Look, let me come in close right here so y'all can see what's up. Y'all see that right there? Look at that. This is next level stuff. Look, let me flip the camera so you can actually see. Look at how cool this is. You see that? That's the back of the shirt right there. Detail all the way. And then look, you got leggings too, ladies. Right there, leggings, sport leggings. This, all I am showing y'all, is all nothing but custom designed. Everything you're looking at is all custom. This whole thing is custom. That's all I make is custom gear. You can see that right there. Look, Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day comic book. Look at the detail of the characters, man. This is what we're doing over at Sanusi. So you know what I'm saying? So now, let me show you the men's t-shirt. All right, the men's apparel. See that? Look at the men's apparel. You see the men's apparel? So the men's apparel, right? So look. So you see the men's apparel, right? Look, this is the men's apparel. Right? Look at that. This is sick. So this is the men's apparel. Now with the men's t-shirt, you've got round neck, you got short sleeve, and you got long sleeve. It depends on what you want. You know what I'm saying? So both are available on the website. Even the bucket hat I'm wearing, my character is also available in that too. Now look, let's break this t-shirt down, right? I want y'all to see it in totality. Look, I'm gonna flip the camera around so y'all can see it, because it's the only way to explain the t-shirt. Look at this. Next level stuff, man. And it's the highest grade material you can find possible. I don't do cheap stuff. I hate cheap things. But this is what we're doing over here at Sound Vision. Look at the detail. You can see all the villains, the assassins right here. Look at that. And they can see all the heroes right here, the Karjakz. Look at the detail of this thing, man. This is next level stuff right here. This is next level stuff. You see that? Next level, man. And then, of course, Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day, the t-shirt. Man, we doing magical things over here in Sound Vision, man. I'm telling you, we making things happen around here, boy. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. This is next level stuff. And look, give me a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let y'all see from this side. And then, give me a second. Let me flip it. You see that? That's the back side of the t-shirt right there. You see that? Man, that thing is detailed, man. It's ridiculous. And these t-shirts are all available on soundvision.com. And then not to mention, I got the matching sweatpants too. You see the sweatpants? This is a classic Karjakz Vs Assassins t-shirt right here. This is the first actually pair of pants ever made. Yeah, first pair of Karjakz Vs Assassins sweatpants ever made. So look, if you flip it, you see all the cool stuff. Okay, give me a second. Because I gotta move all this stuff right here. And then the last thing I'm gonna show y'all. Right there. Let me flip the camera. Look at that. Look at the sweatpants. So these sweatpants are available on soundvision.com. Look at this. Karjakz, this is a classic version 5 right here. You can see all the heroes, the Karjakz. If you love sweatpants, I'm making those too. Yep. And these are the villains right here. So this is what I've been doing, man. This is what's going down, y'all. All that cool gear. So y'all give me a second. Let me move all this stuff out the way. Then I gotta show you the posters. Okay, so now look. Now the last thing I gotta show you within the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, because it ties into the comic book itself, is the artwork. All the posters, all available. Limited edition posters available now on soundvision.com. Yeah, I want to thank everybody who joined me tonight. Appreciate y'all energy, man. I can't thank y'all enough for joining me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is what it's all about. People just bringing their energy, coming with their A game, showing up when they need to show up, showing support. You know what I'm saying? People just got excuses, man, for everything. And that's what I don't tolerate anymore. I don't tolerate people having excuses anymore. I got my dreams. You know what I'm saying? I go to execute it. You got to execute your dream. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. Don't let nobody talk you away from it. Make sure you go about it, executing it, no matter what. Y'all feel me? So look, last but not least is the art posters right here. Available on soundvision.com. You got to go get you a pair. Oh, man, this is cool. Yes. So look, this is the last thing I'm going to show y'all. These are all the posters. You can check these out. These are all available on soundvision.com. And while I'm at it, make sure I copy a link of the website into the chat so y'all can go to it. Go to the website and check it out. It's the coolest website you've ever seen. It's super sick. What can I tell you, man? So the link to the website is right there. Put it in the chat. So look, let me show you all the art. So this right here is the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe posters right there. You know what I'm saying? This is the posters right there. All the characters. Then you got the heroes, the Karjakz, you got the villains, the assassins, right? Then you have to move on to the next set of posters. Look at this. You got the Karjakz, the heroes. Man, this is next level stuff. So the comic book is, I'm going to show you the comic book one more time before I get up out of here. But these are all the artwork for the comic book. These are all the characters from that universe right here. You got the Karjakz, the heroes, Diesel, Sincere, Cajun, Escalade, Glocks, Shepherd, Rasputin right there, Sphinx right there. You know what I'm saying? Then of course you got Cajun and Sphinx. These are heroes right here. So all the people, all the characters I'm about to show you right now are all heroes. You got Cajun and Sphinx. First character that I've ever drawn in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. He's numero uno, man. He's what ties the whole universe together. You know what I'm saying? Sun Tzu, the leader of the assassins, is the antagonist. He's the one who keeps the characters on edge. Who's gonna do what? So this is Cajun and Sphinx right there. Next up, you got Escalade right there. Yeah, I need to do this every week, man. That's Escalade right there. That's Sincere right there. You know what I'm saying? Next character, that's Glocks right there. You got Rasputin right there. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we got characters for days. You got Diesel. You got Shepherd. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I see people coming in and out. Now, I guess you really do want to see comic books. You got the assassins led by Lord Sun Tzu. So you got Yukon, you got Snipes, you got Kanji, you got Sun Tzu, you got Excursion, you got Artillery, you got the Coyotes right there, you got Excursion right there, you got Artillery, you got Revo right there, you got Seth right there. You know what I'm saying? So the assassins, the villains, led by Lord Sun Tzu. The villains are all villains. He's the antagonist of the entire Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. You got Sun Tzu and Seth right here. Oh yeah, double dip, man. The armor thing we'll explain later. Then you got Artillery, general of the assassins, also fiance of Sun Tzu right there. Artillery, general of the assassins. Then you got Excursion, field commander of the assassins, third in command. All his orders come from guess who? Artillery. You know what I'm saying? Artillery of Sun Tzu, he's the field commander. Then you got Kanji, daughter of Sun Tzu. She's bad, man. She's the truth. She can kick butt like left and right, man. She the truth. So Kanji right there. Then you got Revo. Might be the best fighter in the whole Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. It's a tie between maybe Cajun and Rasputin and him for the best fighter in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe. Not to mention his cool costume offers all kinds of projectiles too. Look at that cool man. This thing is sick, man. Then you got Snipes, the purple hair bombshell. Yeah, you can't see her hair right now, but she's got purple hair. Yo, she's a beast. I think what happened to me as an artist is that all my characters just got better and better as I went through versions. So versions 7 of my characters looks a whole lot different. Then you got Yukon right here. Yukon right here. The Yukon is also available. Yo, Yukon is also available too right here. Yukon is also, all these characters I'm showing right now are all villains right there. Then of course you've got the Coyotes. So the Coyotes are android assassins, androids really created by Lord Sun Tzu. So yo, that's all your characters in the Karjakz Vs Assassins universe, man. Man, I'm telling you, y'all, it's off the chain, man. Are you kidding me? Shoot. Now, back to the beginning again. The comic book. Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day comic book, man. Now available on soundvision.com. For all of you who are just joining the chat, joining the link, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And click the link. Go straight to the website and check out the comic book. I've got a few pages in there, but nothing you can read. If you want to actually read it, you're going to have to buy the comic book. That's how this works. This is a collector's item. This is the bigger size, 8.5 size. This is the 7.5 size. So this is the one that's $100. This is the one that's $200. Yes, you heard what I said. A comic book for $200. A comic book for $100. Why would I devalue myself? Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. Get my value. Respect my value. So people have to value me at whatever I say that my price is. Nobody gets to dictate to me what my price is going to be. It took me too many years to create this comic book. I put too much effort into it, so I generally tend not to worry about what people have to say about it. You got any opinions about my price? Well, keep it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. You keep it to yourself. So Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day comic book available now on SanusiCom. And look, let's do one more go around, look again at it to let y'all see it. I can't believe I've been on here for 43 minutes. That's crazy. 45 minutes. How much is the small one? The small one is it's $100, buddy. $100. You see it on the website. Small one's $100. Big one is 200. You know what I'm saying? People, you visit the website if you want to go check it out. And I'm saying, y'all, if this is a word, as I get more famous, as I get more notoriety, the price of these comic books ain't going down. And I made just enough for that. Those who buy this comic book, it becomes a collector's edition in your hand. So the more famous I get, the more worth they are. It sure is. I get my worth, brother. I will never devalue myself. That's not happening. Those glory days are over with. I really value myself, and I won't take less than what I'm worth. So y'all, yep. So Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day comic book. Let's go through it again. Let's see you see the front right there. You see the front cover right there. And you see the back cover right there. I'm going to show you the inside too, and then we're going to get up out of here, man. Look at this thing. This thing is beautiful, man. Then, of course, you got the inside, the artwork. Do you know how much work this is? This is so much work. It's insane. That's the big book right there. That's the little book right there. It's ridiculous the amount of work I had to do. So it's nuts, man. But y'all, thank y'all for joining me. Look, there's two things I always say before I get up out of here. One, there's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just as important as the front of the line. Be determined, not desperate. And then the second one, your dreams can be delayed but must never be extinguished. So wait your time while the universe delivers you the right hand. Be determined, not desperate. Y'all, your dream is your own. Nobody owns what I'm creating. Nobody owns what I've created. I own this dream. I built it. I watched it grow and nourished it and did all that stuff. So I'm not seeking people's approval for what I'm doing. So y'all, if you love comic books, if you love something original, you love original concepts, you got to go get your Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day comic book available now on SanusiCom. Don't let that thing get big where it's where you can't, I don't want to call it not afford. It's just that it's not going to be cheaper than what it is now. That's not happening. It's either this price that I have it now or it's going up. It's one or the other. And I have enough clientele buying that I don't really care what people that are going to be, I call them penny pinchers, are going to complain about. People don't understand art and value, man. People don't understand. Artists out here are starving because a lot of artists don't understand the word value. You must understand your value. So you know what I'm saying? So if you're an artist out there, understand your value. Take your time in getting projects. Take your time in taking on projects. Take your time in even wanting to do a project. The best thing you might actually be able to do for yourself is actually saying no. I can't tell you how many times I've told people no. They want me to draw with my skill talent, but they don't want to pay me anything. That's not happening. All that promise to pay me later crap, nah, that ain't gonna fly. Not gonna happen. So y'all, thank y'all for joining me tonight, man. As always, y'all, as always, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a good night. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.